Yo, my friends, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming and Tech Reviews. I've got some interesting news for you. So it appears that leaks, okay? I normally don't do leaks or rumors or any of that stuff just because, but I think this is actually pretty good. Look, guys, if Black Flag Remake is coming before March, that is going to make me one of the happiest frogs in the freaking world. Okay. Black Flag. I started playing it again recently on PC. I made it to Havana, done a little more and stuff like that, and I've been playing it. And this time I was like taking my time. Usually, like back in those older games, like AC 1, 2, 3, Black Flag, and those earlier ones back on like the PlayStation 3 era, right before PlayStation 4, I never really put a whole lot of time. I just kind of finished the games and, you know, kind of moved on. Those came out around the time in my life when like I didn't have a whole lot of time. So it was like playing through the game the first time was like, okay, you know, get through it and then, you know, maybe go back in there and play it. So is what happened was Black Flag, when I started replaying it again, before we even started hearing about any of these leaks or any of these rumors, I started, you know, kind of playing through it a little bit slower this time, you know, and I've spent like 6 hours in there and I've just kind of been, you know, exploring, running around, looking at things, like looking at the, you know, like the buildings and stuff. So here's the thing, guys, if they rebuild this in the new Anvil engine with the new settings that we have in freaking Assassin's Creed Shadows, wow, I am very hyped for that. I mean, if you look at what Skull and Bones looks like, okay, and then you put the new coat of, you know, paint on it from Shadows, whoa, man, like Skull and Bones already looks incredible. And they don't really need to do a whole lot, you know, like have a big enough map that you can, you know, get out there and sell around and stuff. And, you know, honestly, if they oh man, see, my little froggy brain just starts going wild over this stuff. If they were to bring in kind of like a system that's in Skull and Bones, you know, and kind of combine that a little bit with like the Assassin's Creed like story and stuff, but then have like a multiplayer. See, I don't know, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. I start getting all like weirded out and stuff, man, because I'm like, gosh dang, I want this game and I want it to happen, but I also want, look, if Ubisoft could pull this off and launch Black Flag Remake at the beginning of the year, with it before March, okay, January, February, March, just within those first 3 months, preferably like January, that'd be freaking awesome. So launch it in January, and then next have Hex come out at the freaking end of the year. And have like see, am I asking too much from Ubisoft nowadays? Because they used to be able to pull this off. They used to be able to do this. But say we got like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and then we got a new Ghost Recon, and then we got freaking Hex at the end of the year. Oh man, but I'm gonna be so busy with Avatar. Like, I think Ubisoft has kind of turned a corner. I think that we're gonna start seeing more of a return to what we all used to love. Well, I never stopped loving Ubisoft. A lot of people started getting mad, but Black Flag comes in, hits the freaking store early in the freaking year. Then we get freaking another cool Ubisoft game. I don't think we're ready for a new crew yet. Maybe a Far Cry, maybe even a Far Cry, like April or so, May, April. Bring out a Far Cry, and then we're close to a new Ghost Recon too, man. Should Ubisoft front load all these games in like 1 year? I think they should. I mean, if they're done and ready to go, boom, do it. Just get them out there. Just get them out there, start building back up that money again, you know, give the other teams that are working on other stuff, you know, the chance to like reboot and start building something out. Like, I think we could do that. And then potentially, because I know they're still working on Rainbow Six Siege, but if they had like a Rainbow Six Siege 2 with like new updated visuals and gameplay mechanics and, oh man, like I really do think the future is bright for Ubisoft. I do. I've never given up on them, and I never would give up on them. That's just ridiculous. With the launch of freaking Assassin's Creed coming out, you know, on the Nintendo Switch for Assassin's Creed Shadows to come out on Switch, and then, you know, right at the same time as we're getting a third-person camera for Avatar, you don't even realize how massive that is going to be. That is what everybody wanted from that game in the very beginning, and that game is going to do a lot. I love that game. Like, playing it in first person is all right, but I would always preferred the third person for that, just because I think that world is big enough to where it's like, yeah, this should be a third person. It should, I mean, and having both, you know, and if they can make it to where the next Far Cry did the same thing, you know, because I mean, they were playing around with it a little bit in Far Cry 6, you know, they were making it so you could go around a little camp and stuff. If they just gave you the option to play either way you wanted, dude, those games would sell so much better. There are legitimately gamers out there that refuse to buy first-person shooter games, and there are gamers that refuse to play third-person shooter games. It's crazy that they're so divided. And so when they get a game, like when us gamers are met with like, oh man, it's either first or third, you know, why do you think Bethesda games do so well? You always have the option to choose third person, first person. And so that makes those games more approachable for more gamers. So if they're able to do that, boom, I think Ubisoft is back on track. Like I said, guys, if this really does happen with Black Flag, man, I'm really looking forward to replaying that game with you know, new story tweaks and gameplay tweaks and just you know, like the world like re-envisioned and redone, and just, oh my gosh, could you imagine today's tech with that game? See, my Ubisoft, the ones I want remade the absolute most, Assassin's Creed 2, I want the first one remade too, but 2 would probably be higher on that list for me. Black Flag, Unity, and probably even Brotherhood. I kind of wish they would just do all the Ezio Auditore ones, just remake that into one big game, one massive game that spans, you know, Italy and freaking all the way to Constantinople. I just think that would be incredible. It would be incredible to have that much space to like move around, like basically all of ancient Rome and stuff. That'd be badass. That'd be badass if they could do that and remake that game and just completely like make it a massive one, like one of the big open world ones. I think that would absolutely be incredible, and just kind of work everything into it. I think they could do it, man. Ubisoft is very talented. They should be able to do that, and then, you know, come back here in a few years and like touch up Origins, touch up freaking Odyssey, like redo, you know, like the world, you know, for Odyssey, like bring it up to date. I don't know. I'm asking too much. I want them to make new stuff too, but the Assassin's Creed franchise is very, very important to me. So I would like to see, you know, the first game and the first few games remade. Black Flag is a good one. That one's going to make a lot of money for them, and they absolutely need to do that. There's, you know, Assassin's Creed 2, but the thing with this AC2 is they need to do the second game, Brotherhood, and freaking Revelations all in one game. That way, you know, because you don't want the second game remade and then, you know, just skip the whole Rome part and everything else. Like you want them to redo all of it. You want them to redo all of it and just make it a big game. Just make it a big game. They can do it. They can absolutely freaking do that. They've already got most of the, you know, a lot of the world already created. You know, I mean, they could just reuse some of the stuff from Odyssey or, oh, I don't know, man. I get so worked up on this, you know. I love Ubisoft, and then when you hear them come out and say that, you know, their quarter earnings were actually good, and Assassin's Creed Shadow is actually performing above expectation, that's incredible, man. That is good news, and I'm excited about that. You hear that Assassin's Creed Mirage has freaking hit like 10 million players for Mirage, like, that just lets them know that, like, look, man, people still want this. There's a lot of gamers out there that absolutely want those smaller bite-sized games. And yeah, make those. But then games like Black Flag should have always been a big open world. A game like Unity always should have been, you know, a smaller one. So games like that would be awesome. Remake some of them. Definitely remake them. I know that people want, like, remakes of these games. Bring out Splinter Cell. If a Splinter Cell pops off, the remake, I guarantee people are going to come and play those freaking games. Like, we, the older generation, want those games back. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that would come and do that. Now, I get it that, like, that multiplayer is pretty big. That's why Assassin's Creed Unity, or not Unity, but bring Unity back, remake that, and bring in more, redo the freaking online thing a little bit to the multiplayer aspect of that. Bring in Black Flag with like seriously combine Skull and Bones and Black Flag. They should have always done that. That should have been the project they were working on the whole time, like remaking the whole map for Black Flag. And then once you get through Black Flag, then you can just venture out and do the whole pirate thing. That would have been cool. Nobody would have freaking freaked out on Skull and Bones had that have been the case. Skull and Bones is good on its own. Don't get me wrong. Like, that is a good game, and when I get in and I enjoy playing it. I'm just not super competitive when it comes to like the multiplayer stuff. But to go out there, if they had like a more like in-depth like single player experience that was more like focused like single player, I think I would like that a lot more. But yeah, I do like it. It's one of those games where as soon as that land combat stuff comes, I'll jump back in that one. But maybe For Honor number 2. Maybe a For Honor number 2 would be absolutely incredible. It's about time. I mean, they keep bringing out new characters. We just got new characters the other day. I fell off that game a while back. I did like it while I was playing it, but Crew Motorfest just got some new content. Absolutely incredible freaking stuff. 10 out of 10 banger. I love the world of freaking and all the stuff that's coming out across the next year. Absolutely incredible. What else do we got? We got there's a lot of stuff, that Ubisoft could do to, like, I mean, even if they brought out Beyond Good and Evil, even what they were just showing, if they would just bring something out, maybe do like a Star Wars Outlaws Part 2. There's a lot of stuff that Ubisoft could do to, like, really, really, really get themselves back on top. I know it's a lot of work, and I know that the Ubisoft haters are always going to be out there, just clickbaiting people to hate Ubisoft games. But why? See, I don't understand that. To me, it just never makes any sense. It's like, look, if you don't like Ubisoft games, don't talk about them. You don't even have to play them. Stop trying to ruin the things that we like. Like, nobody cares about your opinion. Like, you don't even care about the games. We do. We actually care about them. We want to play them. And it's kind of annoying when you have all these people out there that have got so much to say that have never built anything in there. Like tell me what they've built except for a channel surrounded by hateful people. Like, yeah, they haven't built nothing. So, all right, guys, I'm excited about this. If this really does happen, oh my gosh. Black Flag remake, Avatar soon with a third-person camera, Assassin's Creed Shadows on the Switcheroo number 2. I'm loving that. The fact that I can take Assassin's Creed with me on the go now, I'm absolutely blown away by the fact that is going to be a possibility. And after playing Star Wars Outlaws on the Switch 2, absolutely believe in Ubisoft to be able to pull this off. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked. Yeah, this is great. Ubisoft has a chance to turn this around. Obviously, people are still invested. They're still wanting these games. So yeah, bring out Black Flag. Hit us at the end of the year with Hex. Oh, man. And please make it a dark one. We need a dark Assassin's Creed. We do. We absolutely do. Something more mature. And, I can't wait for that. So if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.